everyone, it's a beautiful calm morning down here on the Thames foreshore. It's about 6:15 a.m. and the tide is on the way out. We've had a lot of rain and stormy weather recently, but this morning it's beautiful and the sun is quite high up in the sky. The Uber boats haven't started running yet, so there's quite a lot of mud on the foreshore, so I don't know how easy it's going to be to find anything, but I'm going to have a good try. I haven't been down here for a few days, so the tide is bound to have left us something out to find. In fact, as I'm speaking, I've just spotted one of my old favourites lying there waiting for me. Let's go and see if there's anything on the end of it or if it's just a bowl. It's certainly been exposed for a while because it's a nice white colour. Look at that. It looks like there could possibly be a stem, doesn't it? Let's have a look. Get my trusty trowel. No. There isn't a stem on this occasion, it's just a bowl, but still, it's a good sign. A lovely bowl dating to about 1820 to 1840 or so. So, that's a good start. There is a bottle over there. Just going to see what it's like. That's a nice one. I've not seen one like this before. Alabaster, London. It's nice. Well, I think the stormy weather has revealed something for us over there. Probably guess what it is. Ah, I can see it's not intact. But there you are. There you are. See it? They're so camouflaged, aren't they? You really have to get your eye in for these. It's got a nice milled edge on that one. There's something really special about seeing them there in the mud. They haven't moved for such a long time. They haven't seen light of day for a very long time, and they haven't been touched by a human since the last person who smoked them, in all probability. So here we are, look. Welcome to the world, little pipe. It's a nice little maker's mark on the heel there. Even though it's a plain bowl, I'm going to go and give it a little rinse off. There we are. Yeah, there's a really nice little detailed maker's mark on that heel. Lovely. And the Uber boats have started running again this morning. So here we are, we've got a bit of wake now. That's what we need. Now, I've just seen something down there which I'm going to investigate. Something round. And it looks quite decorative. There it is, look. Now what is that? It's rather pretty, isn't it? Looks like some kind of button or something. I think we may have to go down and give it a little rinse. Well, I don't know what that is yet. Take that home, examine it further, and maybe ask some of the other mudlarks. admit that the foreshore is actually cleaner than I thought it was. And I've just seen pipe bowl number 3 over here. There it is. And maybe it will have a stem. Look, you can just see a bit of stem there going down into the mud. I'll try and get out of my reflection. Let's try and do this another way. So place your bets now, ladies and gentlemen. Will there be a stem? And also, I think there's a little design on there, which is a real treat. So, the moment of truth. Oh, well, it's longer than the other 2. And yeah, it does have a design, and I think it's a rose and thistle pipe bowl, which is lovely. It has thistles on one side and roses on the other. That's a particularly beautiful one. Scotland on one side, England on the other. Oh, it's really funny. I've just spotted something down here. And I have found several of these. I know exactly what it is before I even take it out of the mud. It is a bottle stopper, a tiny little perfume bottle stopper, and it's from Grossmiths. And it's really odd because I found about 6 or 7 of these on the foreshore. Somebody must have had a consignment of Grossmiths perfume and literally just lost all of the bottle stoppers or something. I don't know, it's really curious. Grossmiths is one of the oldest perfumeries in England. It goes back to the early 19th century, and actually they're still in business. The company was reformed quite recently, but it's got a really interesting history. But I'm just also so interested as to why I keep finding these here. It certainly is one of those little mysteries which I will probably never know the answer to. It's Pipe Bonanza Day. I've just seen what could be number 4. Look, just in there, in that little puddly bit there. Now that looks like a pipe bowl to me, unless it's a very clever little stone. And it feels, oh no, it feels like it's probably just a bowl again. It's pipe bowl day today, isn't it? There we are, look. Yep, it's another little pipe bowl, number 4. They've all been washed out by the stormy weather, I think. It's quite a cute little one. You never know, there might be a little bit of tobacco in the bottom of that. Once that mud has dried, you'll be able to see. Well, it's been a pretty good morning. The tide's on the way in. I found a few nice little bits and pieces. The flowery little piece of metal, not quite sure what that is yet. A button, a bottle, and of course it's been a gloriously pipe bowly morning. But we all know, as much as I love clay pipes, that mudlarking isn't all about clay tobacco pipes. And a few weeks ago, I went into central London and met up with my friend Michal. We had a little mudlark, and then Michal showed me some of the beautiful objects that he has found in the Thames mud over the years. So I'm going to take you back there now and introduce you to Michal. Today I'm down on the foreshore and it's a beautiful day. The tide is on the way out and I'm here with my mudlarking friend Michal. Now, Michal is from Poland, but he's lived in London for some time. And Michal is also deaf, but he does not let that get in the way of anything that he wants to do. And he's particularly passionate about mudlarking. I'll let him introduce himself. Excellent. So we are going to go and see what history we can find, and then afterwards we're going to be back and we're going to see some of Michal's favourite mudlarking finds. So let's go.
Yeah,
let's go. Now here we've got a massive great a big horn. Yeah, like a cow horn. It's rather large, isn't it? What do you think of that?
Yeah.
You found a button. Let's have a look. Okay. Ah, yes, there is a maker's mark on there. Later on we can clean that off and have a look, but it definitely looks, well, Victorian, doesn't it, at least? Nice, well done.
Maybe the Victorian or medieval.
Yeah, it could be, maybe,
Oh,
yes, a button, maybe Victorian. Well done. Well, I can see lots and lots of pins. Here we are, look, they're all making their way down into the river. Lots of pins. And lots of pipe stems too. Oyster shells. Oh, you've got some nice garnets here, haven't you? That's a lovely little garnet and a pin. Very nice. Oh, it's a pipe. Ah, but it's a pipe with a maker's mark. Ah, excellent. And lots of pins too. Oh, what? Oh, and it's also got a maker on the heel as well. Oh, that's brilliant. Well, so far Michal has found quite a few bits and pieces. I have not found quite so much. But I've got a little bit of time left. Well, I can pick up little pieces of pottery to make my cards. There's lots of nice pottery here. Oh, and look down here. I've just stopped and there is a coin right in between my feet. But do you know what? I think it's modern. I got all excited then. But it's still a coin. It's a shilling. There we are. Oh, we have a large pinhead. Let's see. Oh yeah, that is a lovely one, isn't it? Look at that lovely bulbous round. Ooh, get it in the camera. Look at that one. That is a gorgeous pinhead. Michel, when did you discover mudlarking?
Right, I started Mudlark.
Yes.
Started in June.
Oh, okay. So you started in June 2020 when you saw my mudlarking YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Have you always lived in London?
How did you London?
Yes.
5 years.
Ah, 5 years. So
Yeah.
since 2016.
Yeah, 5 years here. I live in Bedford, East Carolina.
Okay.
At the Grotto.
Okay. So what do you bring with you
Yeah.
when you are coming for a mudlarking trip?
The water. Take cloth for the
Gloves.
jacket for ride.
Yeah. The waterproof jacket.
Crab.
Yes, like a trowel. Knee pads.
Here.
Yes. They're all...
From Aran.
yes.
Don't.
Yeah, Michael uses an alarm to remind himself when the tide is coming up, and I think that's a really good idea because it's definitely not good to be caught out by the tide. So that's a really... Yeah. That is such a good idea. How does the River Thames inspire you? And okay, I'm going to read that. Michael always wanted to be an archaeologist and didn't do it because it was complicated. The Thames inspires me because I can find treasure and lots of history, and it's very interesting to know some history from the Thames. And now my hobby is a bit like being an archaeologist that I always wanted to be. Yeah, I can totally relate to that.
To explore if you talk no, to ask people write down, people can help, write down all anything.
Yeah.
It's to make it fun.
Yeah, it's so inspiring, and I think every mudlark is just inspired by all the amazing history that comes out of that river. So, now this is the good bit. So, can you please show me some of your favourite finds? Oh, that's wonderful. So we've got a lovely Bellarmine face here from a stoneware Bellarmine jar or a Bartman jug. They date right back to the 1600s. Wonderful, I love these. Wow, 2 of them, just look at those. Bartman faces. I love the way that Bartman faces are all so different, they're all so individual. Oh, that is so lovely. This is a really beautiful bottle seal from 1714. Would have come from probably a large wine bottle with somebody's personalised initials on it. So they could go to the vintners with their bottle and have it filled up with wine, and it would always have their initials.
That's part of an onion thing.
Yes,
Onion,
a
yeah.
great big onion bottle. That's really special.
Yeah.
That's really special. I love that. Oh my gosh! You found this on the that is beautiful. Just look at this pipe bowl with the hand holding the bowl. Isn't that gorgeous? And a beautiful sort of ruffled sleeve here as well. That's absolutely spectacular. It's such a slender hand. So that's going to date to the 19th century, so probably sort of early to mid 1800s.
And for buckle.
Oh yes, a buckle. Could even be a shoe buckle. Really beautiful.
I don't know
buckle.
why you call it thing.
Just one little stone in there. Very nice. Oh, you found some beautiful things. Ah, wonderful. A wig curler.
They use not Maria Antoninati.
Yes.
So thing.
Yeah, so a wig curler made of the same kind of clay as clay pipes are made from. And that one's got a maker's mark, hasn't it? It's got WB, I think it's WB? Yeah, WB on it. And would have been used to curl those beautiful, spectacular wigs that people used to wear. That's a lovely find. Oh my goodness.
Very good.
Yeah, that's very special.
Very red.
Very,
Yeah.
very rare. Very rare. This is a beautiful cottage ink pot, and yeah, that is very rare. Isn't that lovely? Well, I think you'll agree that Michael has found some absolutely spectacular finds there. I'm very, very covetous of the pipe bowls. Oh look, and there's another beautiful pipe bowl here. That one. That's really, really lovely. Is there anything that you would really love to find?
I want to eat the food.
Yes.
I want the food.
You'll have to fight me for it.
It's
You'll
very hard.
You'll have to fight me for it, Michel. Michel wants to find exactly the same thing that I want to find, which is a whole Bellarmine jug, and of course those little faces are what are on those jugs, and he wants to find a whole one. So do I. So
I want the pilgrim badge. Pilgrim.
yes, yeah, a pilgrim badge.
Yeah.
That would be, yeah, I'd love to find a pilgrim badge, and a hammered coin. A hammered coin you'd like to find.
Token coin.
Yeah, and a token, and an apothecary bottle. Yeah.
It's very old.
Yes. I think that, to be honest, you really want to find all the same things that I want to find. Where can people see your finds on Instagram? And I know where it is. I'm going to read it out because you have told me. So it's Mudlark. I'm going to put it up on the screen. And Michael has found some amazing things. So I'm going to put the name of his Instagram site up on the screen. So please go and follow Michael and see what fabulous pieces of history he's found from the Thames foreshore. Is there anything else that you would like to say?
I'm on the people mudlark. So you don't give it up. You have it all paziente and it is tam code, tam no con paziente. And pecare where you are, and then mud.
Deep mud, yeah. And you can get stuck, so you have to be careful about the mud, and that's good advice for absolutely everybody. And to keep an eye on the tide, because the tide quickly comes up and you can get stranded if you can't find the ladder or the stairs. So definitely it's a case of being very aware of your surroundings, and I think that when you're deaf, probably you have to be even more absolutely aware, because you can't even hear the waves coming up behind you. So you,
problem.
yeah, exactly. So then you have to shimmy up the ladder. And that's why also Michael uses an alarm. And so I think that one of the things that you really wanted to say, which is very important, and Michael said it before, but we'll say it again now, is that deaf people can do everything that hearing people can do, except hear. And I just want to say well done. I think you're really inspiring, Michael, and the things that you found are wonderful, and well done for getting on down here and finding all this history, and for being an inspiration to other people who are deaf and who might not be confident enough to come down to the river. So thank you very much. Oh, you make this?
Thanks for you.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, thank you.
I'm at 40.
Oh, wow, just look at that. Oh, thank you, Michael. Michael signed it as well, and these are all beautiful little fragments of pottery. We've got Staffordshire slipware, Tudor greenware, Bellarmine, and tin glazed pottery. Wow, I'm going to absolutely treasure that. Thank you so much.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, everyone. As usual, if you have any comments or feedback, drop them down in the comments section below. I'm always delighted to hear from you. I hope you all have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon.